It's the day after we decided to call it quits with the peas. We got a little bit left in these combines. They ran them home with some in the hopper, so I got the International 9370 here, and I'm gonna go ahead and just fill her up with what's left in these combines. We'll take them over to the bin site, put them in the bins, and then we got a break because that's not ready yet. So, county fair is going on. I'm gonna go to that. Got a parade for the kids. As you can see, I'm not in work clothes. Or I spilled coffee on myself though, so it's typical for me. But let's go get these peas out. Yeah, I took out a branch too. It must be that tree laying over. That's funny. Oh, that's good. All right. Well, once we've done with that, I'll take the truck over, and then yeah, we'll shut down for a little while. It's gonna be nice. A little bit of a break. We won't turn wrenches because we got some repairs to do. It's hard on these things running on the ground like that. Okay, glass is going in. We'll go take a look at the top. Just kind of get an idea of how much of these peas we have sitting in the bin. It's kind of hard to measure these larger bins. The other bins, we can go by the rings and kind of get a rough idea, but there's a lot more variance in larger bins because if the pile shifted over just a little bit, depending on how the auger's put in it, it can change the way your measurement is. So, but this bin holds roughly 23,000 bushels, and we contracted 25,000 bushels, thinking that was gonna be half of our crop. We're not gonna meet our contract. But we have an act of God clause, so if we can't meet all the bushels, we basically have forgiven the others so we don't lose on it. But let's take a peek. Too dusty. Well, I'd say that looks to be maybe a little bit over half full. So, what is that, 13,000 bushels of peas? Well, we'll haul that in and at least get our buyer some.
Why are we taking these modules out?
Because we can.
Now, changing out these modules it's super easy compared to our old 21s or 2588 combines that we had. They used to have what they call concaves and would wrap all the way to the other side, and there's 3 of them. Well, they were pretty heavy, and it was a frustrating deal because you had to go to the other side, undo a support bracket, undo that, come on this side, take out bolts, and then you had to slide them out, and they were just a pain in the butt. These here are awesome. Take out 2 bolts, put a punch, pry it back a little bit, and then take the bolts out, pop them down, slide them out. Super easy. And they gave you so much more room to work on this combine. It's awesome. It really is awesome. So yeah, just grab a punch, put it in the hole. Actually, on this side, I have to get you down here. Push back, loosen up those bolts, pull them out, and away we go.
Oh, you're not Kobe. What happened to Kobe? Huh? What, Pete? Patch? Huh? All right, I guess I got another one. He's a cuddler. Yeah. Ooh, looks like some modules being switched out. We got to do this to get into small grains. Peas are a little big, so you need big openings. Grain from wheat, small openings. And we're gonna do some liver adjustments. We had an expert come by from the Case IH team who's very rounded in these combines, very knowledgeable, and he told us we need to change out the back half of our modules because we had skip wires in the back, and he says that's too big. That's for like corn and like 150 bushel barley and plus. He goes, you guys don't need that. You're not cutting that kind of crop. You need small stuff to kick out the junk out of the back rather than dropping it on your sieve in your cleaning area. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna block it up and see how it goes. Might be a lot better. Keep the tank cleaner. We'll find out. I'll just spin in the rotor here, just doing a visual inspection because it's no better time than now. Look what I found. That could have been a disaster. That Rasp bar is coming off, the bolt's loose. That baby flung off. Who knows? It could have been really disastrous, so I'm gonna try to fix that. I'll take that out, clean it up, tighten it back up, but I'm gonna check them all now because that makes you wonder, is there more? Oh boy, this one's loose too. Look at that. Oh, that's bad. And for those who are wondering, these are the original Rasp bars that came with this combine when we bought it. So the previous owner didn't tighten them up tight enough. There. He's all buttoned up nice and tight. Found about 4 other ones that were loose, and out of those 4, 2 were hand loose. Yeah, it's good now.
All the modules that are the skip wire are out, putting them on the bench here, and I am making bands to cover them up because we don't need to have any extra straw getting kicked out of the rotor on top of the sieves right there. Because all of our separation in this really low yielding crop is going to occur in the first and second modules. Anything past that, it's already done its thing. So let's band those, and what I'm doing here is I'm taking 5-inch wide flat iron, cutting them to the length, using this pipe bender, making a nice little curl, and then I'll lay them in here and weld them up and put them back in the combine and run it. And if they don't work, which they will work, and that's gonna actually help our cleaning situation in our combines. If they don't, we can just cut them out. But right now, they're already kind of chewed up and beat up anyways, so it's not like I'm hurting them any worse. So yeah, let's weld them up and get all these done. I've got 8 of them to do.
All right, they're in. That last one on the passenger side is a bugger, but we got them in. We'll see, I don't know. Looks like a lot of that's restricted, but he told us that's what we should do. We'll try it. You don't know until you try it, and that's the thing. It might be amazing results. We might be like, man, why didn't we do this sooner? Or we might look at it and go, yeah, we're gonna cut out some of those bands. But I get what he's saying, and I get the reason for doing it. So I guess we'll do a field test. We'll know soon enough. I think the combines are almost ready to go to the field. So before they go, Dad's gonna wash them off because, you know, we want to get them clean before we get them dirty with all farm equipment. But before we get to the field, we have something going on tonight. Kids are in a vacation Bible school, so we got a little presentation they're doing tonight, so we got to go to that. But we're gonna go ahead and change these rollers out on the skid steer. See these guys? Remember we did the tracks on that skid steer? TV 380? Yeah, I put those on order back then. We just got them. That's how back-ordered everything is. The 2 front track rollers under the bottom are completely gone. Bearings are toast. I'll show you when we get them off. And we got some time this afternoon, so we figured, well, let's just change them out. So, like $1,000 worth of parts right there. Let's put them on it. Keystone nights are nice. It's like 90 degrees outside, 70 some in here, and it feels like it's outside in the sun. All right, we're gonna try a little different trick this time because you guys taught us something that we should have known when we first did it. We're gonna use like a 2x4 and maybe a 4x4 and put blocks in there and drive it and let the pressure of the track pulling into that front wheel slide it in and get the grease out of the cylinder. So then we can get the track loose enough, use the bucket to tip it forward to suspend it, drop the roller out with a new one in it. That's gonna work. I know it will. All that struggling we did to get those tracks loosened up, that was so easy. Why didn't you guys tell us that before we started the job? There we go. She's done. All right. We'll go jump in the pool now. So, we're moving some peas. 2021 crop, just harvested like a week ago. Going to the truck, going to the elevator now. The buyer wants it. Here's the fun fact about all this. Actually, it's kind of a stomach turning fact, but we sold these peas for $7 a bushel like 5 months ago because that was the first time peas hit $7, yellow peas, in like 5 years. Because the price has been hovering around $3.50 to $4.50. So $7 is an amazing price. We were thrilled to have it. It's 14 right now, $14. They're saying it could go as high as $18 because no one foresaw the vast drought across the country. So much pulse ground, so much pea grounds have been destroyed due to the drought. Obviously ours got hail too, but $14 right now. Isn't that nuts? That's farming for you. Everyone says it's a gamble. It was a gamble to forward contract. We probably shouldn't have done it. We probably should have just not contracted anything. But if it would have hit $7 then, and we didn't contract, and then the country got a lot of rain, and everyone had good crops, the price could have been $5. We'd have been like, why didn't we sell at $7? We were idiots for not doing that. That's the life of farming. Just so you guys know though, I am very thankful for $7. As much as it sounds like I'm whining, this is just the things that happen inside your mind. But I am thankful for $7 because $7 is like almost $3 more than what we got last year. Cars. This is actually pretty sweet to just get it out of the way and done.
We should be able to get a big chunk of it done if there's no complications, keyword, if. But for the most part, 3 trucks running. We only have like, what, 5 miles to go. We should easily make it happen. Easily. Maybe not all today, but we'll see. Pretty sweet though. Glad that's working out. We can get this all in.
Like that, like 13,000 bushels gone. That'll be a nice check. That'll be good to get that. And yeah, next year, both those bins are gonna be full. You just watch, it's gonna happen.